And so now we have come to our time to share. Now you can share whatever you've gone through for the last week, or if you have any new experiences on products or with the relationship with your partners or customers. All right. So who will be the real number one to share? All right. Go ahead, Lorna.
Thank you very much. I'm Lorna from Hong Kong. I would like to share about selling the hemohim. Because last week, I ran out about the hemohim. Because my two friends, because they are working so hard on the Disneyland and the airport. And then suddenly one of my friends say, hey, Lorna, I feel so tired after I stopped drinking the hemohim. And I don't know how become like that. And I say, maybe you drink some more hemohim. So that's why I come to you. Do you still have a hemohim? Then luckily I still have 2 bags of hemohim. And then I give it to him. I give it to her and to him. And I say, okay, you drink it now. And then after a while, I think you can feel rest. And then you can sleep. Then after that, then she will drink. Then say, I feel better. And then I think I would like to order for you 2 bags to show that I don't run out about the hemohim. I'm so happy that I increasing my order the hemohim. So I asked to Mom Anita to order for me more hemohim. And thank you for being a part of Atomy, because I helping a lot of my friends to overcome their fatigue. I mean, overwork, they can feel relaxed. Because I asked of my friend, how do you feel after drinking the hemohim? And then one of my friends said, after I drinking hemohim, I feel relaxed. And then my sleeping time is like, it's okay. Not same like before, it's so difficult to sleep. That's all. I would like to share, that's all. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. So the lesson we have to take, always, all the time, carry at least 1 or 2 packets of hemohim with you, right? So you can hand it over whenever anyone needs it. And so it'll be great.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing, Lorna. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Scott, you can go ahead, and Bill, you'll be next after Scott.
Thank you. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm really excited about the information that Star Master Jennifer Lim shared with us. It kind of helped my understanding, because in our company introduction video for 2021, there's video of Hongil Park with the virtual reality goggles on it. And I was always interested as what's he doing? What's Atomy putting together there? And so it's nice to see what they been doing for the last year. They're building that platform, putting it together, creating his avatar, and then giving us another tool that we can use in order to share Atomy with our friends and family. So it's exciting. I'm glad that there's more opportunities coming with our own personal website, and the ability to be able to share that with other people, because, you know, I have a lot of, as we all do, we have a lot of friends and family that they want to try the products, they want to buy the products, but they don't necessarily want to become a member. And that's okay. So at least now we have an avenue to allow them to use Atomy and share that. But so thank you. I'm glad that's coming. I'm really excited, looking forward to that. To be honest with you, though, I am looking forward to in-person one-day seminars and success seminars again. So, you know, hopefully within the next year, we'll be able to do that. I hope that Atomy, even though they're saving a lot of money on that, I think there's still a huge benefit in in-person seminars like that. It's really sends a huge message to our friends and family and guests that we bring there with us. But really what I'd like to share today is, as you know, today's the 20th anniversary here in America of the 9/11 attacks. And I think that, you know, it's a lot of us, I don't want to say that we're old, but a lot of us actually watched it live on TV. Those of you who are in New York, you experienced it firsthand. And, you know, over the last few, you know, and then that started a war that we were in for the last 20 years. And this past, you know, few weeks here, we saw that kind of come to an end in maybe a tragic way. And so I just want to thank every person who served in the military, whether in the United States or in Korea or Mexico or just around the world, you know, because when that attack happened in New York, it wasn't just an attack on America. It affected us all in a global way. And we came together and you know, tried our best to fight against evil in the world, but we're always going to have that, right? And so I just want to thank every person that served in the military. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your service and your sacrifices. So with that, I'll give up my my podium, and I'm done. Thank you. So.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. Yeah. I mean, personally, I still remember that day. I was on my way to home from the clinic, I mean, doctor's office. I had my son in my belly. I had some complications, so it was a day, and I felt like the whole world was going to end. But here we are after 20 years later. And our longevity is going to be about the average 100 years. So we have more years to come. So we're going to have to get along together and love each other more, since the world has been much flatter now, and we're all connected at the same time, instantly almost. So thank you for sharing that, Scott, again. All right, and Bill, you can go ahead.
Okay, well, hello everyone. And Jennifer, I really like what you presented today, but I have a couple of questions on your slides that you put out there. They're all written in Korean. Is there any way you can put some English words in there so dummies like Bill can understand it? Okay, that's the first one. Like I said, it's a wonderful presentation. Second thing is, I agree with Scott. Atomy, we need to get back to the more personal meetings. Zoom's okay. It's a great day-to-day event, but we've always sponsored more people at one-day seminars and success academies. And we need to get back to doing that as soon as possible. Okay. And for you folks in New York who've experienced 9/11 firsthand, I salute you. I was in uniform out here in the state of Washington doing my reserve time, and it wound up being 8 months of reserve time instead of 2 weeks. So thank you for your support, Scott, and what your kind words were. And you folks back there in New York who experienced everything firsthand, God bless you and keep us all safe. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. So thank you again.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, all of us have been waiting for the real meeting in person. So I'm sure we're going to have a big success academy like that one soon, at least once a year. So we can't wait for that, right? Okay. Do we have, we should have more people to come front. Yes, Thomas, go ahead.
This personal platform really has me intrigued. And to be honest with you, I didn't know much about it, but are we talking like literally many people having their own sort of personal website? Would everybody be able to have access? I mean, everybody's developing their own website, so to speak. Am I understanding that correctly?
eventually everybody will have your own, like you will have your own platform, personal platform through Atomy. So it's like a lot of people out there have internet shopping mall, their own shopping mall. Then they have to get the product, they have to take a picture of each clothes, and then they have to send out to their customers, management. They have to do all the work. But for lucky us, Atomians, company will do all the inventory and financial delivery, shipping, everything. Company will do it. All we need to do is to advertising our personal platform and share our information to people. And I forgot to show you about that ZKit website. So let me share my screen one more time and I'll show you this. It's similar to Atomy Fit project, but Atomy Fit project is much better. This one, in this ZKit website, they have a lot of models and then the same clothes. They are trying on all of them. So if your body shape looks like hers, then it's gonna, like you will just imagine, oh, this gonna look good on me, or this one will look bad on me. Like that, you can assume through this website. This is ZEEKIT, American website, you can look it up. And but AP project, you will have your own body shape, your own face, and you will try on all different clothes on yourself. That's the big difference.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer, for more explanation. So I believe every one of us will have the opportunity to run it, but if you're not gonna put in any effort and decorate your own APP, then you can just use whatever we have available now as a shopping mall, because eventually we have our own shopping mall now, right? So when we have an APP and we get to have our own platform to decorate and advertise to other people. Okay. All right, Jay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jay Park. Thank you for show that what's going to happen for future, Jennifer. And we are a little bit lucky because I am Korean. They have some BOD we already watch, and then they explain. So what either you like or not like, world is changing. I know I really like to meet the personally, but in a way, we'll do later. But we have to take care of our health well whenever time we can see. So the first of all, we keep our health well and then preparing. Meanwhile, company will support like this. So we have to learn. So which one is like my partner, even myself, I'm not good at Facebook. I'm really shy to post myself. Even the answer, I was really shy because of, I was thinking somebody else, how they will think about me. But now we have to, step out. That's what world got changed. So we're gonna meet the personally, but we still need avatar to do so many things. Now AI did many things like that. So I suggest that Daniel and Jennifer, because we have many BOD already come out to show what's going to happen. And then we actually see that. So we have some partner, we should have a little member to have a Zoom meeting to prepare more explanation. We can do that maybe 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. We can show them more detail. And then also, because of someone really good at Instagram, maybe someone's really good at Facebook, maybe someone's really good at chit chat or whatever. And then personally, I do not really used to do texting either, but now that's the only way we have to communicate. So it doesn't matter you like it or not like it. Doesn't matter what age. It's gonna happen. And then it doesn't mean you're gonna have that only your group is just like that. It's gonna be groups gonna be bigger. We might have a more younger generation comes in. So we should study in a group by group or with Daniel and Jennifer's guidance. We can make a good plan that we can show them. And also I like to learn. Sometimes I'm really ashamed to ask my son. They say, you know, Mom, just, you know, kind of like that. So we can learn. So I think I suggest that then our group's going to be a little bit ahead of than someone else not even try. So, you know what I mean, right? So let's study more and then we have another, that's my class like that. That's my suggest. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Well, I think that's a great idea. So whoever gets to get a hands-on opportunity on it, and we can have like a tutorial sessions and learn all together, right? And grow together and succeed together. So this is again time to share your love with your experiences, or if you have any questions, we can learn more as well. So feel free to come out and put your hands up if you have anything to share or have any questions or any comments or great ideas like Jay suggested. So come on, guys. Anton, do you have anything to share? It's been a while.
Yeah, I just very thankful to Jennifer, Star Master, sharing this very advanced information. I'm also very excited. And then I can imagine our future is very unlimited. So this is the time we can work harder and prepare everything for the good thing to come. So we are very thankful and we are very blessed to be in, we can meet Atomy, this company. That is I want to show my gratefulness. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Anton. Thank you so much. I was gonna ask you to pick someone as it, but I see Julianne hand up, right? You can go ahead.
Thank you, Star Master Jennifer, for sharing that. I think it's a good information for us, especially to extend our market, because for me, I have some experience, especially with my sister. My sister is in America, I'm in the Philippines. And she is trying to invite her friends to be members, but they are a bit hesitant because they need to give like even the 4 last digit of their security number. So it's really good for them because they really want to experience the Atomy product, but they don't like to be a member. So that's a good thing. And I hope there will be more information about it. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Julianne. Thank you for sharing that. Peter? Okay, thank you, Julianne. Peter is gonna speak. Peter, take it away.
Hello, I'm Peter Park from Seattle. Well, the other day I mentioned that the first thing I changed myself since I studied Atomy was that I'd like to be a first person when I meet new strangers on trails or at the market or wherever. I try to say first to say hello. Yeah, that was the first thing I changed since I studied Atomy. And years ago, several years ago, I met a couple at the pharmacy in H-Mart, inside H-Mart. So we exchanged the name and greeted each other. And coincidentally, I met that couple several times. And I explained, I told them I'm doing Atomy as a business. And that those couples purchased some products from me. And since then, I lost their whereabouts. And surprisingly, several days ago, the man called me and wanted to buy Hemohim. So I was so shocked, surprised. So I asked them, oh, what happened all of a sudden? Why do you need Hemohim? And his story was that his wife has skin problems, and her daughter living in Korea saw the commercial on TV. Yeah, these days the Korean commercials, Hemohim commercials on TV between the prime the programs. So the daughter saw the commercial, and she wanted to buy Hemohim for her mom here in United States. So she called her mom and said, "Hey mom, you need to increase your immunity, so I'm gonna send Hemohim to you." And her dad answered, "Oh, no, you don't have to. I can buy Hemohim here." Okay, so that's why he called me and asked a couple of boxes of Hemohim, and I suggested, oh, well, once you started having Hemohim, you'd better take the 4 boxes at least. So yesterday I gave him 4 boxes of Hemohim. That's the Hemohim story. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Wow, that is amazing indeed, isn't it? We were just like, oh, only in Korea there's a Hemohim advertising, and then what about US? But look at that. I mean, we just listened. It's the proof that even if it's been airing in Korea only, you never know who's going to be watching or listening and how it's going to be spreading out to worldwide, right? So I think we need to really wake up and get much more busy, much busier now, because you never know. I mean, you have to let people around you know that you are doing the Atomy. So if anyone who are not members and needed Hemohim or anything, any other Atomy products, they're going to have to come to you. Otherwise, they might go to other people who are doing Atomy business. And if this APP is going to be open, they can go through them and order it without even registering. So you don't want that to ever happen. So let's get busy and busier. And I see Jacqueline, is your hand up? Go ahead.
Good evening. I have a doubt. When we gonna start to use the app, so when people are not member and make the purchase, will they pay non-member price? Will it have this kind of price, non-member and member price?
I think that purchasing product through your personal platform, I can double check, but I think price will be the member price.
Member price, even
Yes,
even
for
if
sure,
they're
yeah.
not members.
He doesn't sell
No.
product
Yes.
non-member price.
So that's why non-member, they're gonna try to buy a product by themselves at the Atomy online shopping mall. But at this case, they have to connect your own PPT first, and then buy the product through the your own APP.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they got a same price of yours. For sure, don't worry about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the great question. So, I mean, I think you can still sell it at non-member price if the person just come to you in person and ask for it. But if they want to order it through your APP, the Atomy personal platform, they're going to be buying as a member price. Okay, do we have, we still have more time to share. Daniel?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna share my high blood pressure story. So many people already know about the my high blood pressure was 100% cured by our Atomy great product, 4 products. I took the Hemohim and then omega-3 and then milk thistle and then Atomy probiotic. I take all those 4 products. After 1.5 years, I stopped taking the pill for my high blood pressure about 5.5 years ago. But yesterday, I went to my doctor's office with my wife and then checked my blood pressure by a doctor. Yes, but before that, I checked my high blood pressure by some kind of machine, something like that. I was okay. But yesterday, my doctor told me my high blood pressure is perfectly okay. So even my blood pressure is still belong to young blood, about less than 40 years old. So it's amazing. So yeah, but before Atomy, I took my high blood pressure pill last 15 years. It's the 100 milligrams. This is the highest doses. But after Atomy, I took the 4th Atomy product, Chemohim, probiotic, omega-3, and then milk this. 1.5 years, I stopped taking the pill. And then after 16 years, I'm perfectly normal. So it's amazing. So please deliver this good news to a person who got the high blood pressure. Okay, that's the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Wow, thank you for sharing that again. So as we all know, Chemohim is not a medicine. It's just a health functional supplement. But and his testimony was not an exaggeration. It was a real story, but we can still share it since it's a real story. But we still need to be careful when we talk to other people about how good Chemohim is and as well as other products of Atomy. Thank you again for sharing that. And
I want to ask to Liu Hoa from Indonesia, and then I want to hear from how Chemohim works for the COVID-19 viruses. So I think she got so many experience Chemohim have for a COVID-19 patient. So Liu Hoa, can you share your experience with us?
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Yes, I have a lot of customer of COVID-19 patient in Indonesia. Mostly from their feedback after they take Chemohim from the cases of COVID-19. The first one is they have good sleep, because sometimes COVID-19 have problem of many thinking of blah, 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 and then they cannot sleep and then make their illness more worsens. And then they can sleep, they can eat very good. And then if that kind of asthma of difficult breathing is very helping for them, because Indonesia, many of Indonesian people have a problem of respirations because our country is a lot of pollution, especially in Jakarta. That's why Chemohim is very helping for them. Now we have a decreasing of patient of COVID-19, and thanks God, we have a normal era from we have level from 1 to 4, and now Jakarta is level 3. That's maybe next week we'll go down to level 2. If level 2, we can go to normally to mall and cinema can open, school can open. Now we are preparing for that. From my experience in Chemohim, I can help a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people with this COVID-19, because until now, like yesterday, I sent my 1 box of Chemohim. One of COVID-19 patients, is 75 years old man. He had after effect of COVID-19. That's why before that he didn't know about Chemohim, and after now from his workers in his office, he know Chemohim, And then somebody referenced him to calling me. And then he called me, and then I sent one box yesterday, and then he is starting drinking Hemohim, and makes him better because he is very old, 75. Cannot, after COVID, cannot eat properly, and then cannot sleep, and then very tired, and his breathing is not very normal. That's why Hemohim helping him so much, and that's my testimony in COVID-19 Hemohim. Okay, thank you.
Wow, thank you. That is so wonderful. And it's great to hear that your countries will soon to be boosted to the level 2 and people will be more active and free, I guess.
I'd like to add to that a little bit about the people with COVID. You know, COVID, if it's affecting the lungs, right, and the respiratory issues. When I first started taking Hemohim, I took it because my wife told me I had to, but I didn't know what it was, right? And about 3 weeks after I started taking it, I went to bed and I was laying there, and I just had this conscious moment where I realized I could breathe deeper, and I felt like my nasal passages, everything was open, and that I could breathe deeper. But I didn't, at that time, I didn't even think it had anything to do with Hemohim. So about a week later, I was studying Hemohim, trying to find out what this product is. And that's when I stumbled upon the National Institute of Health's website. That's the United States government medical website. So it's nih.gov. And I want to share my screen because I want to show you what I found. They had done independent. So let me just start. I'll just start all over here. You go to nih.gov and you come to this website right here. This is the National Institute of Health. I don't know, in America, you might have heard of Dr. Fauci and all that. That's kind of the organization that he's in. But if you go into their search box and type in Hemohim, you get all of their research articles that they have done. The National Institute of Health independently studied Hemohim. One of the very first top ones here is Hemohim, an herbal preparation alleviates airway. So I read that and I'm looking at it, and it really doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what they're talking about. But here's their abstract of their research, talking for people with COPD and other respiratory issues. And they said right here, therefore we suggest that Hemohim has a potential to treat pulmonary inflammation disease such as COPD and other, respiratory issues. So this was just one of the things that they talked about that has to do with how it opens the airways within our lungs and opens us to be able to breathe better. Some of the other things they talk about are the research they've done regarding cancer cells and different things like that. So they have one on here for people with diabetes. They have one for people with cancer and different types of lymphomas, people with respiratory issues, people with joint pain because of the anti-inflammatory effect that Hemohim has on people. It helps to alleviate the pain because, when we're inflamed, that's when we have more pain. And so you work on the inflammation to reduce that. And so what I would suggest for everyone is to research and find, these studies like this. And I just wanted to share that because I hear time and time again, people talking about how Hemohim has helped them to breathe better. Right. And so right there is, as professional of a medical establishment as we can get, doing independent research along with the research that's been done in Korea and other countries too on the effects of hemohim. So when people ask you what are some of the effects or the benefits of taking hemohim, you can point them to those documents right there. Very simple website, nih.gov. Simple as that. And, you know, hemohim has multiple patents in the United States and in Korea. So it is a very, very well tested and tried and true health supplement. Again, it's not a medical medicinal medicine, but it definitely has a lot of benefits, just like so many other supplements that we take in our life. You know, they have a different effect on different people. For me, it was the airwaves, the breathing. And so people who are experiencing you know, COPD and respiratory issues and COVID and all of that, boy, get them on hemohim to just help out. It's not going to cure it, but by gosh, it'll help them make it through it, you know? So just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Scott. That is excellent. If you still have the website open, do you mind putting the link in the chat box?
I'll do that right now. Mm-hmm.
And I've been hearing lots of testimonies about people with asthma problem, and they got a lot of help too. So thank you for that information again. I see 2 more hands up. Jennifer?
Yeah, I'll be quick. Not only those severe issues, simple cold symptoms. Yesterday, my daughter had a runny nose, and I could tell she was congested and her voice was changing because she started school on Wednesday. And when on normal school day, she has to get up at 6 o'clock. And because of Jewish holiday and Labor Day, she was on a long weekend. And on the weekend, she gets up like 10:45, 11:30, like that. And then all of a sudden, she had to get up at 6 o'clock to go to school from Wednesday. So yesterday was Friday. So she missed some sleep. And I guess that reduced her immunity. So usually she doesn't catch cold easily. But yesterday, it seems like she was catching cold. So I gave her hemohim. She doesn't take hemohim on daily basis, but she knows the effect of hemohim. So whenever she doesn't feel well or feels under the weather, she knows that she has to take hemohim because it has helped her so many times in the past. So sure enough, yesterday she took 2 of them and went to bed late, and she got up late this morning, all symptoms gone. Thank you.
Thank you. Just another great testimony on hemohim. We can stay all night with our testimonies on hemohim and more, right? But we can't. Sorry. Thomas?
Scott, what you had just mentioned about the article on NIH, I actually started doing that in the class that I was in. I actually sent that same article you were talking about, and I actually said that it would also benefit if you're ever talking to some people that are smokers or whatever, and there's a lot of people, unfortunately, in the United States that have COPD, and you can discuss those benefits right through that direction. And also, we'll add one more further thing, not only NIH, but there's a search engine called Google Scholar Alerts. And when you put that in and you look at a certain clinical study or whatever you want to do, you will find out a whole host of all kind of articles that will pop up from all over the world. And you wind up getting state-of-the-art information almost instantly. So there's no doubt in my mind hemohim is the greatest thing since sliced bread in the United States or anybody talking about it. There's so many positive testimonials that you can talk about, but the search and the more knowledgeable you are, as I'm seeing how this becomes it's consumer oriented, you wind up being a little bit more of a consultant by just talking about testimonials, and bringing that forward. But Scott, the information you pointed out is very valuable for anybody that wants to really learn the products. And I would say definitely go in that direction. And also Google Scholar Alerts gives you any kind of topic you were looking at, like red ginseng, the stick. I found out that the process by steaming and drying process purifies the red ginseng stick, and actually in a clinical study showed that it was very superior to that of fresh red ginseng. So the point was the process of Atomy of turning it into a stick is another one of these clinical studies that pointed out some of the definite benefits of that. And so you're discussing product knowledge, and product knowledge is a very good way to move in the world of Atomy by explaining so many things that people may just ask you about.
Yeah.
And you always want to, again, as you mentioned about mentioning it's a food supplement product, but the point is there's so many testimonials out there of people that have used it and had tremendous benefits that it's very simple to explain something like that and have people become more and more understanding the point that this is consumer product. And I use the word, he was a billionaire, I can't think of his name, but he said, you always want to find a product that's called sticky. Sticky is something that everybody eventually says, oh my gosh, I got to have this. And Hemohim to me is a sticky product. So that's something you really want to learn about and keep delving into the knowledge of Hemohim and all the clinical studies. So Scott, what you pointed out is a great thing, a great tool for everybody who wants to pick it up a notch. And I would also say Google Scholar Alerts not only would bring you NIH, but it may bring you a whole host of studies from Korea, all over the place, China, whatever some universities studying it, it's going to pop up and you'll see a clinical study and it's for free. So
okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for that, because I didn't know that existed, and I just created my very first alert. So,
well, anyhow, what you were saying, you made my eyes like bulge out. I thought, oh my gosh, that's what I was just telling to my class, and they're going, where did you find that? And I was doing the same thing you're doing. So tremendous.
I just wish that Hemohim tasted as good as the coffee. That's all.